Welcome, WrestlingFigs.com. Tim Ash here with Mitchell with marketing. How you doing, Mitchell?
Doing well. How are you?
I'm good, man. So the panel was a little rough, I heard.
Yeah, it was quite a day for me, yeah.
Well, Wrestling Figs has the panel up, the full panel.
Oh, good.
So tell me what your thoughts are on The Miz and Dolph Ziggler and how all that transcended.
Well, I'll tell you this, I won't be watching it on your site because it makes me sick to see myself on there, but it was great. Like, having The Miz and Dolph there make the panel entertaining, and Mick crashing it toward the end, giving insights about his character development, how it relates to our figures. Like, there's nothing more that I could have asked for from the panel.
Well, I mean, obviously you could have asked for the first half to be cut out and just have Mick come out so you can talk about the figures?
Right, that would have been okay, but it was great. I mean, I love having the WWE superstars in town, and talking about our product is the best.
Well, the Miz mentioned at the panel that he's going to be the host of SummerSlam. He doesn't have a match.
Okay.
It might be good if Mitchell versus the Miz might come up, right?
Yeah, I'm going to forfeit going into it right out of the bat. I don't know if I can be competitive in that arena.
I think you could.
I don't know.
It's just a Miz.
Yeah, I would have to do a few crunches and push-ups before then, and I don't know if I'm willing to commit to that. But
well, since we didn't get a lot of content from the panel because of the Miz, would you like to let the Wrestling Figs board know now kind of some of the extra content, just to go back over it, recap a little bit, let them know what you all got coming out, what you all have signed, I mean, the big news with Rikishi, stuff like that?
Yeah, I mean, what's the great part about Comic-Con is we are able to give everyone a nice reveal as to what's coming down the line, and hopefully they got at least some of that during the panel. But we're constantly coming out with new figures, as you guys know, through our superstar figure assortment, our battle packs, our elites. I mean, some of the things that I'm most excited about is having Trish represented in the line, seeing like the early work in progress of Bray Wyatt, and how we're always trying to be as quick as possible in reacting to what's going on programming, so we can remain as authentic as we possibly can. So to see that work is already being made on something like Bray Wyatt, who's such a big part of the show and such a fan favorite, at least initially, I'm excited to see those figures come to life.
So let me ask you this question, just for the collectors like me and out there in the wrestling figure world. If you see somebody like a Bray Wyatt coming through, and you're seeing their promos, and they're months before they debut, does it help you in making that process of that figure, or do you say, this guy's going to be awesome, let's go ahead and make him now and start that process? I
mean, our goal is to represent every superstar on the line as possible. So as soon as there's a person debuting, whether they're doing well or not, I mean, we want them in the line as quickly as we can.
It's a new figure out there.
Yeah, and that's what the collectors and the fans love, is seeing some new people join the line. So as soon as we even hear about his existence, like, we try to get the design team working and kind of cranking on those figures.
So did that help in this process of getting Bray Wyatt, because you did see the promos, you did see the early representations of what they were going to be, and then you can actually get started on the line then instead of having to wait until he debuts?
Right. Okay. Anything that we can see early in advance, it helps our timeline, gets product on shelf as quicker than otherwise. But.
So it would be nice if WWE could do more promotions before with talent, and that way you don't have to have another John Cena in another line, right?
We love John Cena.
No, I know you do.
Fans of John Cena at Mattel.
I'm just saying.
But yes, we like to offer variety, and that's what it's all about.
Now here at Comic-Con, you guys have debuted a few exclusives, and you've also mentioned that you guys have signed Rikishi, which is a good thing, right? Can you tell us a little bit about some of the exclusives you guys are going to have coming out? Like, there's a Paul Heyman that you guys are going to be doing. Can you tell us a little bit about that?
Yeah, Paul Heyman's going to be representing the line in a couple different places. One in our Best of Pay-Per-View assortment at Toys R Us, which is Toys R Us exclusive, but he'll also be represented in battle packs.
Okay. Do we know who he's going to be with?
I'm not sure if we've discussed much about that yet, but yeah, he will be in the line. He's a great character. He's been a major player in the programming, and he deserves to be in our product. So.
Now, you debuted Elite 24 here, and I think one of the biggest pops that people got were the Dolph Ziggler and the Miz. So, for a while there, Mattel was really conscious about the money they were going to spend on the material and what they were going to do. And now you guys are kind of putting a little bit more into it. I mean, are you seeing a more of a reaction from the fans because of that?
Yeah, I think Elite we try our absolute best to make that the premium figure in our line, and it's always a challenge. We're a company. We want to try to make sure we're making responsible decisions, but it's elites that we want to make sure that we're doing the best possible. And those two figures in particular, I think got such a great response at the panel this week, and I think they're going to be fan favorites when they get on shelf.
Well, I know when like the regulars were, the basic line was coming out, I was kind of a little skeptical because of like the designs of some of them, or the heads were too small as a scan. But I just want to say, from my standpoint, I think you guys are doing a hell of a job, because me being a collector and being a hardcore collector, I think the things have actually, the actual figures have actually gotten a lot more detailed and a lot better. And you know, that's a compliment to you guys and Bill and the rest of the team.
I'm the marketing guy. It's a compliment to Bill,
Right.
and I completely agree with you. And thanks for saying that. I mean, at our booth right over here, we have a nice display of all the basic figures from our line over there involved, and just to see the evolution,
right,
it's impressive.
Right.
It's really incredible. I always thought the figures were great, and just to see how much better they are now than they were
When we first started, right?
Yeah.
In what, 3 years?
Right. All of a sudden, major evolution and market improvement.
Now, I was talking to Matt in packaging,
Yeah.
and he was talking about when you first started with the packages, that they were like a red and black, kind of the same kind of color. Then you guys kind of changed up a little bit, and now he said that in 2014, there's going to be a little bit of a different packaging. Can you elaborate, or can you not on that?
Well, I can't say much about what it's going to look like. From our perspective, we like to keep things fresh and interesting, but also cohesive across the line, and respond to not only what's going on in the market, but also what's going on with WWE as a brand. So we look to every couple of years, take a look at our packaging, and try to make a sizable change. Every year we evolve it, we get better. And yeah, 2014 will be a new line look for us.
While keeping the brand the same, but trying to change focus, or foils maybe added, or something along those lines. Now, he did say that, because my question for him, and I'll ask you, was what was the reasoning behind going to a smaller package? He says going more green for you guys, is that correct?
It's a big initiative for Mattel to take a look at our packaging costs, and if there's anything that we can reduce while still making sure that we're still communicating what we need to communicate, and still attractive on shelf, those kind of decisions are what we're willing to make sometimes.
So cutting costs and environment friendly, and still doing what you're doing. That's cool.
Yeah, and the hope is, maybe it's passed along back into the product, and we get better products out of it. If we're saving money on packaging. So.
Well, I appreciate you taking the time, but I just want to say, in closing, that I still think you and the Miz at SummerSlam will be great. I mean, especially after I saw this drawing they did of you with your shirt off.
I know.
I mean, that is pretty amazing. I mean, you got some abs there, buddy.
Yeah, it's taken a lot of work, but it's nice to see it paying dividends finally for me.
And the girl who drew this was pretty cool, right?
Oh yeah, of course, yeah.
You only pose for girls, right?
Exclusively.
Right. That's what
Yeah. Only girls.
Well, thanks for taking the time to talk to us. We look forward to seeing you in the future, and just keep checking back at WrestlingFigs.com for more information on the Mattel figures and the new lines that are going to be coming out. We'll be back with more from Comic-Con 2013.